Could the A-10 Warthog be America's best-made military weapon ever? One of the most iconic airplanes in the U.S. Air Force's flying inventory is the A-10 Thunderbolt, also affectionately known as the Warthog. Designed to mow down rows of invading Soviet tanks during an anticipated World War III, the A-10 has served in most of America's post-Cold War conflicts, from the Balkans to Afghanistan. A new Pentagon contract to manufacture new wingsets promises to keep a minimum of 280 aircraft flying into the foreseeable future, even as questions persist whether the A-10 can survive over modern battlefields. In 1967, the U.S. Air Force initiated the AX program, designed to field a new generation Close Air Support (CAS) aircraft. This was the first for the Air Force, which had traditionally used fighters and light bombers, including the A-10's namesake, the P-47 Thunderbolt, in the CAS role. Although the Air Force's current stable of fighters, including the famous 100 series planes favored speed above all else, AX traded speed for survivability, maneuverability at low speeds, loiter time and, most importantly, lethality. After a fly-off against the Northrop A-9, the Fairchild A-10 was picked and the first jets delivered in 1974. The A-10 Thunderbolt is unlike any fighter, before or since, with survivability features designed to keep it flying during an attack run and make it back to base. The plane featured redundant engineering features designed to keep the plane flying though parts of it were shot away. The two General Electric TF-34 non-afterburning turbofans were moved behind the wing, in order to reduce the plane's infrared signature and protect it from Soviet air defenses such as the SA-7 Grail shoulder-fired surface-to-air missile system. The A-10 pilot sits in a titanium bathtub, protecting him or her from anti-aircraft guns up to 23 mm, the primary armament of the ZSU-23-4 mobile air defense system. The flight control systems and engines are also encased in titanium plate. The A-10 is also designed to be flexible and maneuverable, both in the air and on the ground. The aircraft design stresses maneuverability at slow speeds, allowing the pilot to fly extremely low, nape of the earth missions to mask its approach to the enemy and to avoid enemy anti-aircraft fire. The A-10 is also designed to operate from short, unimproved airstrips in the event regular air base airstrips are put out of action. The Thunderbolt II's best attribute is its armament. The aircraft has 11 external hardpoints for carrying electronic countermeasures, fuel tanks, bombs and missiles. The A-10 can carry up to 24 500-pound bombs, 4 2,000-pound bombs or 6 AGM-65 Maverick air-to-ground missiles. This enables the A-10 to carry out a number of frontline missions, from close air support to suppression of enemy air defense, and strike key enemy targets such as fuel storage depots, radar installations and field headquarters. The weapon that sets the A-10 apart from the rest of the aircraft world is the nose-mounted GAU-8, a cannon. The large, 7-barreled Gatling gun can fire armor-piercing rounds at up to 4,200 rounds per minute, saturating a target area with lethal cannon fire. The GAU-8A is mounted 2 degrees nose down and to the left, so that the firing barrel is always on the centerline. The GAU-8A was an effective weapon for strafing Soviet armor units advancing in a single-file formation, particularly with specially developed tank-killing depleted uranium ammunition. Even armor-piercing ammunition without depleted uranium could penetrate ZSU-23-4 mobile air defense systems, BTR-70 wheeled armored personnel carriers and BMP-2 infantry fighting vehicles that made up advancing Soviet motor rifle regiments, all of which could be opened by the GAU-8A like cans of sardines. In wartime the A-10 was meant to operate alongside U.S. Army Apache attack helicopters in a so-called Joint Air Attack Team (JAT) to kill advancing Soviet armor. JAT doctrine called for Apaches to suppress enemy air defenses, identifying and killing threats to the A-10. A-10s would then swoop down at a 30-degree angle, hosing down Soviet forces with their Gatling guns. In hindsight, this would not often have worked, as Soviet forces would have advanced too quickly for the inter-service teamwork to stop the enemy in time. The A-10's first war was the 1991 Persian Gulf War, when Warthogs were used to kill enemy armor units. 132 A-10s flew 7,983 combat missions during the course of the war, killing 987 tanks, 926 artillery pieces, 1,355 armored vehicles, 10 aircraft on the ground and even 2 flying helicopters shot down with the GAU-8A. After the Gulf War, the Air Force planned to do away with the A-10, replacing it with the F-16, but the A-10's success over the battlefield won it a constituency in Congress. In 1999, A-10s flew over Kosovo in NATO's Operation OW.